On Saturday, May 13th, Zhanibek Alakanuli will return to the ring to face Stephen Bang Bang Butler for the WBO Middleweight title that is currently in Zhanibek's possession. Let's talk about this middleweight battle and what may happen coming up. Saturday, May 13th, will see the return to the ring of Zhanibek Alakanuli against Stephen Butler for his WBO Middleweight Championship. This is a fight that, even though many people who are commoners when it comes to boxing may not know who these two gentlemen are, may not realize how exciting this fight could possibly turn out to be. It's the type of fight that many people, when you talk about watching competitive boxing matches, like to tune in to watch. Although I feel the conclusion will come swift and it'll be exciting while it lasts, there is something to be said about this fight. Many people are not familiar with the Canadian Stephen Butler, who is 27 years of age, an orthodox fighter who stands 5'11 and a half with a 75-inch reach, who has been making his way through the middleweight division, and his record currently is 32-3 with one draw, 26 KOs. He is a lean, wiry fighter who is able to deliver power punches. He is not pillow-fisted at all, which is why this particular fight against Zhanibek is going to be interesting. I believe that Butler, who though he hasn't fought the highest caliber of opponents, he will give Mr. Zhanibek trouble. Now, Zhanibek, who's coming off of a recent bout where he faced Denzel Bentley and won a unanimous decision, had trouble against Bentley. He was not able to do his normal thing, but by victory ran his record up to 13-0 with 8 KOs. He's a pressure fighter who looks to come in and break fighters down. He's very strong, and at the age of 30, this southpaw typically likes to try to take his men out. He's from Kazakhstan, and where have we seen fighters like that before? Zhanibek is trained in America now, and he is being marketed as a power puncher, but it's not so much that. He's more of a pressure type fighter who has a strong punch, similar to Triple G, just a little bit younger. Butler, on the other hand, is mobile. He can circle the ring, throw punches in combinations, and like I said earlier, being wiry and rangy, he can box from a distance, and with his solid punches, he can actually catch you on the inside with some hard stuff. The look that he has can vary. Sometimes he'll come across as a guy in disguise. He comes in looks to move around, box, pick his shots and everything. And at other times he can turn aggressive and go immediately after his opponents. How he considers this fight with Zhanibek is going to be interesting, because Denzel Bentley presented Zhanibek with problems that he really didn't resolve through the fight, which is why that fight went the distance. It's just that Bentley didn't take risk that he could have taken to see whether or not Zhanibek would be able to answer the challenges. As I stated, being an aggressive pressure fighter, you have to also take note of his defensive lapses. Zhanibek will give you moments and spots of fights, especially after he gets past the first 3 or 4 rounds. There's something that happens there. I don't know if he's trying to figure out how to measure himself conditioning wise. Remember, he doesn't have that many fights under his belt. He's coming in there, and you have to consider that with the fights that Butler has under his belt, he has far more ring experience as a professional, and he will be in there to present different looks to Anakaluli. Also, Zhanibek's record, again, with the 13 fights, will he be able to negotiate distance with this 75-inch reach that Butler has? Also, Zhanibek's own reach is only 71.5. So if Butler is smart, he will put that into use. I believe that Denzel Bentley had that success against Zhanibek because he was able to box from distance at certain points, but he just wouldn't open up to throw combinations. I've seen Stephen Butler throw combinations, and he really puts heat on his punches. So that's something that Zhanibek is going to have to be wary of. But will he be cautious enough to try and box? I don't think that's his answer. He is going to look to try to take a guy out. And I think the most of his game plan will be to attack Butler early, hit him hard, and try to take his confidence away. It may not work because Butler, as I said, can do certain things. He's a more versatile fighter. He can move around, he can give Zhanibek different looks and wait for a moment, an opportunity to pounce. The southpaw advantage that Zhanibek has is probably going to be his biggest asset in this fight. But will he be able to close the show? It remains to be seen. As long as Butler is not intimidated, this fight can definitely be something worth watching. At the end of the day, I see slight favoring to Zhanibek, but this fight could be one of those fights where the favorite guy gets upset. I'm starting to understand how this is working now. Modern day boxing is seeing a lot of the guys that promoters are marketing, but they're not battle tested. And it makes a difference when a fighter is battle tested. A fighter who works and grinds is typically one who you can hang your hat on. Zhanibek showed me things against Bentley that I'm concerned about. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think Stephen Butler's chances are against Zhanibek Anakaluli, and do you think that he can become the new WBO champion? Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.